Hey Gator Nation, Allie Peak here with your Florida Gators post-game recap. And listen, after the month that we've all been through, after all the chaos, the firings, the heartbreak, the injuries, the late season avalanche, this one felt good. And not because foreign aid is suddenly okay, and not because everything is magically fixed, but because beating Florida State in the swamp 40-21, dominating them physically, emotionally, and historically, that is never, ever going to feel insignificant to me. Last night wasn't perfect. It wasn't necessarily clean, wasn't always pretty, but that team played with a ton of pride. They played with a ton of fight. And it was the first time in weeks, I think, that we could feel like, all right, we're battered, but we're not out. We're not totally broken. And it was the night that Jaden Baugh became a Gator legend. So let's get into it. Every week, I come on here and I talk to you guys about the good, the bad, and the ugly of the game that happened the day before. And this is no different. Or actually, you know what? Maybe it is a little bit different than the last couple weeks, at least, because there's a lot more good than bad and ugly. Let's start with the good. Jaden Baugh. Full stop. This wasn't just a career night. This wasn't just a rivalry night. This was one of the greatest rushing performances in the 119-year history of Florida Gators football. 266 yards, 38 carries, 2 touchdowns. He averaged 7 yards per carry. That is the second most rushing yards ever by a Florida Gator, only behind Emmitt Smith. That's pretty good company. He hit 1,000 yards on the season. He became only the third underclassman in UF history to do it. He joins Emmett and Eric Rett. And then that post-game press conference, the quote of the night, Baugh said that, I guess, Billy Gonzalez told him to slide on that final touchdown. I guess, maybe not rub it in so much. And Baugh said, "Coach, don't do me like that. We don't like them guys." It was gold. This is the kind of guy that you want to wear orange and blue. It's going to be really important to attempt to retain him. He is a generational talent. It is no shock to me that every game Florida won this year, Jaden Baugh touched the ball 20 times or more. Maybe we should have done that a little bit more. Florida State tried everything. Didn't matter. Run blitzes, edge pressure, overcommitting bodies. Nothing worked for them against Jaden Baugh, because Jaden Baugh ran like someone took something from him. Jake Slaughter postgame said it perfectly. He ran like someone was trying to kill him all night. This man is the face of the program. And Florida's next head coach, John Summerall, his top priority needs to be keep Jaden Baugh at all costs. Another person in the good category this week is DJ Lagway. He was steady. He was controlled. He was composed. No hero ball, no flash needed. He was 15 of 24 for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. And outside of that one interception that FSU cashed in, he managed the game beautifully. He hit Sturdivant. He hit Tony Livingston. He hit Hayden Hansen, and he did exactly what this offense needed. He got the ball to Jaden Baugh. He converted third downs, and he didn't get rattled. Was it perfect? No. Was it winning football? Absolutely. This was one of DJ Lagway's best games this season, not because the stats were flashy, but because he managed the game. Appreciate Sleeper for their support. There are a ton of more or less picks you can find on their app for the NFL games this week, and then the conference championship games this weekend. Make sure you use my code PEEK, that's PEEK, on the Sleeper app. Check their terms of service for more details, because terms and conditions do apply. As always, we appreciate Sleeper for their support. Florida's offensive line also finds itself on my good list this week. This is what they were supposed to be all year. All year we've waited. All year we've wondered. All year we've heard the potential is there. Well, finally, in week 12, they showed it. They moved bodies, they created lanes, they kept Lagway clean enough, and they played angry. And for the first time in a long time, the offense didn't look overwhelmed. It looked intentional. Florida's defense was also very good. They're young, but they were gritty. This defense has been bruised all season. Injuries everywhere. True freshmen thrown into primetime roles. Depth issues, confidence issues. But last night, they came out swinging. 7 sacks, 2 huge 4th-and-1 stops, a forced fumble. Ben Hanks III sealed the game with his first career interception. Javari Flowers, who, by the way, is a freshman, covering Deuce Robinson all night and battling. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. But they fought. They didn't fold. They didn't disappear late. And for a defense that's been through it this year, I think that matters. And then special teams. Trace Mack hit a 23-yarder, then that monster 54-yarder that would have been good if he was standing in Ocala. He did also miss an extra point, and we can laugh about it because it didn't matter. But otherwise, the unit was solid. Tommy Doman averaged 62 yards a punt. Jaden Baugh even added a 29-yard kickoff return. Not perfect, but impactful and better than we've seen him be. Now we're going to move on to the bad. I think if the end of the first half finds itself on this list, this is where you see a young team learning. Florida had a chance to go up big, maybe 24-7. And instead, DJ Lagway threw a pick. FSU goes 21 yards in 3 plays and scores. Vernell Brown drops what could have been an easy touchdown that eventually became a field goal. Suddenly it's 17-14, momentum swinging, and the swamp gets a little tight. Good teams, great teams, they close halves differently. And there was still too many moments of sloppiness. Penalties, communication breakdowns, alignment mistakes, a few coverage busts. Florida has to clean this up. And that won't happen until there's staff stability. Now let's talk about the ugly. Florida State. Listen, this is a Florida channel, but let's be honest. Florida State is an absolute disaster right now. Missed field goals, 4th down meltdowns, procedural penalties, wiping out game-changing plays, self-inflicted wounds, a defense that straight up quit in the 4th quarter, and a head coach who said 4th-and-1 is a, quote, high percentage situation while his team got stuffed twice. They have now lost to Florida by 19 plus points in back-to-back seasons. No bowl game from them. 2 straight years without a road win. A fan base that at this point is apathetic. A program that has no direction. Meanwhile, Florida, even amid all the chaos, suddenly looks like the one with the building blocks. DJ Lagway, Jaden Baugh, young defenders, a fresh start on the horizon. That's not something we've been able to say the last few years. Another thing that I really just has been ugly this week is the emotion. This whole season has not been fun. It's not been easy. It's not been what Florida football should really ever be. But last night, you saw heart. You saw pride. You saw a team that could have quit weeks ago, but it didn't. Players who have heard every criticism, most of it justified. Coaches who know that their futures are uncertain. Freshmen thrown into the fire. Veterans trying to leave something behind. And for one night, in front of 90,007 people, they played their hearts out. This wasn't about 4-8. This was about rivalry, identity, and refusing to lay down. Billy Gonzalez got his first win as interim head coach. The kids celebrated. The fans finally took that exhale. And we all got a reminder that this program still has a heartbeat. And I want to take a minute and give Billy Gonzalez his flowers. If you watched or listened to the post-game press conference, you listened to him thank the administration for giving him the opportunity, and thank the players for not quitting on him, and thank the media for giving him a fair shake. And I really do think it's time that we thank Billy Gonzalez. This is a man who has spent the better part of his career, the last 20 years, a part of multiple different coaching staffs at this university. He bleeds orange and blue. He talks about playing for the patch, and he embodies that. You watch him on the sideline, his energy, his enthusiasm, his emotion, his real connection to these players. It needs to be celebrated. It needs to be talked about. I'm not someone who thinks that a new incoming coaching staff should be told who to retain from the old one. I don't buy into that generally. But if I am John Summerall, I figure out a way to keep Billy Gonzalez in Gainesville. He is your link to the past. He is a good key resource to help you move forward with the future. I think that retaining him should be high up on Summerall's list. Now let's talk about the big picture. Florida has a lot of work to do. There is no question there. New head coach is coming in. There's going to be yet another rebuild. The expectations haven't changed. They remain high, but the foundational pieces are there. Florida has a quarterback. He needs the right OC. He needs the right quarterback's coach, but they've got an incredibly talented quarterback in Gainesville. They have a running back who just made history, and they have a defense loaded with young talent. The entire locker room hasn't quit. So if the next staff can build correctly, and that starts with retaining the right players, if they can stabilize a culture that's already there, this can flip fast. Takes the right staff, takes the right head man. Time will tell if that's what Florida has just hired. But the building blocks are there. This is not a complete rebuild. This team is loaded as long as you retain the right people. It's been a long year. It's been an emotional year. And as it's far from over in terms of what's coming next. But today, let yourself enjoy it. Florida 40, Florida State 21. It's a rivalry win. It's a historic performance. And it's a glimpse of what this program can be when the pieces fall into place. Guys, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel because in just a few moments, I'm going to drop a video about Florida's new head coach, John Summerall. Lots to talk about and lots of answers that we should be getting in the coming days. As always, go Gators.